Okay, now I'm going to do something about DDoSing, distributed denial of service attacks. Now, people who call themselves hackers do this, and as though it's something impressive, and it's not. It's fucking ridiculous. It's pathetic child crap. Now, I'm going to show you something. Let's go. Just type in CMD, and you can right click and make a shortcut if you want. Let's go to CMD. Now, people say, oh, I've got this website IP. I've got a list of website IPs. Look, this is how easy it is. Ping www.facebook.com. And there we have it. 157.240.8.38 is one of the facebook.com IPs. Pretty simple to do. Anyone can do that for any website. And as typical with so-called hacking, this is not advanced stuff, it's basic simple stuff. Now, CMD, our command prompt, is actually, you would best call it DOS, Disk Operating System, which was back in the day when, before Windows and iOS, all that crap, this is how computers worked. It was all command line. So let's go command dot. Here we are in C drive. Let's go DRR for directory. This is all the stuff on my C drive. Okay. So this is how we did things back. Let's watch this. I'll go into main programs. I'll make a copy of my game. Put it on my desktop. There it is. This is how you had to load a game back in the old days. You have to go directory. So look, everything scrolls off the screen. So I have to do it on there. You have to go directory W. That's one way to do it. Or directory .p, or you can do -double-p. So what we need to find is, okay, command users. There we're in users directory. Okay, now I need Terran. Command Terran directory. All right, there's too many of them, so let's go P. Okay, we need to find desktop. There we go. All right, let's command desktop. Here we go. Now directory. We'll do /p because there's so many. Let's find the exe. Now, if you don't know where the exe is, you're gonna have to search this old-fashioned way. Okay, there we go. Game.exe. All right. So all you do is just type, when it's an exe, just type game.exe and it loads. There's nothing advanced about this stuff. This is basic stuff. It's just normally hidden from view. Almost everything so-called hackers do is already built into Windows and to a lesser degree other operating systems. It's not advanced. It's simple shit. Now, if you want to find a person's IP, Control-Alt-Delete, it's Task Manager. Now, Services Performance. Now, I'm not going to click this because it's going to show IPs of my peers that I'm connected to. But if you click this Resource Monitor, you go into Performance Resource Monitor, you're going to be able to find network, everything on your network, every IP you're connected to in live time, disconnecting, reconnecting. If you want, you can actually download software that can monitor it and log every IP to help you. But normally, you can just do this on live time, and you can find anyone who so much as pings you. You can track down. So DDoS attacking. Alright, let's go. Ping www.facebook.com. Right. It's just going to send 3 packets of 32-bit data. It's a basic data, and it's going to do all that. So what if we do ping www.facebook.com-t? It's just going to keep doing it in an endless loop. So what we do is we go CMD. Let's do it again. Ping www.facebook. I hope I don't get into trouble by doing too much and get blocked. That can happen. .com-t. We'll do it again. We've got 2 going. Well, let's do it again. Let's do it again and again. And let's do it 10,000 times. Effectively, that's all DDoS attacking is. Now, using a ping, doing a ping is, you can actually get blocked from doing pings quite often, and some websites don't allow you to even ping them. But basically, DDoSing is you use software that does that for you. It does it 10,000 times for you. All you do is you type in an IP and you press start. And that's as simple as it basically is. You might have some more options to do other things as well if you're lucky. But it's nothing, no skill involved whatsoever. It is the equivalent of going out in the middle of the night and throwing rocks at someone's windows. Just because you can. Now, normally in society, people don't do that. In fact, society trusts that you don't do that. In order for society to function, it requires some level of trust between people that they don't do things that they should, don't do bad things that they can. You can do a lot of bad things in society and get away with it, but generally people don't do it. So if you go and throw rocks at building windows in the middle of the night and then say, oh, look, I'm an elite hacker, I'm a revolutionist. No, you're just a petty thug doing something that anyone else can do just as easy as you can do. There's no skill involved. You've got nothing to be proud of. Now, with the internet, is even more fragile than society when it comes to these things. You can fuck with the internet very easily, without any skill whatsoever, and there's no skill involved. There's nothing to be proud of. Now, there's an important point here regarding DDoSing. I've never endorsed DDoSing. Now, in the extremely rare situation, extremely rare, DDoSing can serve a legitimate purpose, but practically all the time, almost all the time, it does not. Now, people who do this are engaging in censorship. They are shutting down websites, at least just temporarily shutting down websites. They overload websites with with the equivalent of if you've got a small business and you call them up, and then you call them up 10,000 times every second, and you simply overload their whole system. That's all it is. That's all DDoSing really is. Why would you do that to a small business unless they've done something really wrong? But even if they have, there are better ways to do things, and you're shutting down their business, which has nothing to do with what they've done. If they have done something wrong, for example, if someone stole $5 from you, and you want to shut down their business and they lose $1,000, is it fair? How is shutting down their business have anything to do with $5 they stole from you? Not completely unrelated. You're doing a greater wrong than what they did in the first place. The thing about DDoSing is people who do this are intentionally engaging in censorship. And they don't just censor their targets, they smear and slander their targets, and they shut them down and prevent them from speaking back and defending themselves. These people are liars. Who do this stuff are liars. They are bullies. They are vandals. There's nothing impressive about what they do. All they do is download a simple tool from some backward hacking website and just press the start button. There's nothing advanced about this shit. And finding IPs is relatively easy. And this is one of the rare reasons that I actually approve of using servers for communication when you have reason to hide your IP from these silly attacks. There's nothing impressive. It's all stupid. So anyone can do this stuff, and just because you can doesn't mean you should. Don't fuck with the internet. Don't censor people. Don't be the enemy of mankind and the enemy of Anonymous. Don't do this shit in the name of Anonymous. Anonymous is anti this shit. Anonymous is for free speech, for open debate, for information to be free, the flow of information to be free, not suppressed, not information and ideas to be suppressed. These children doing this are against Anonymous, and then they're doing it in the name of Anonymous. But none of them will debate me over this. No, as soon as it gets to any discussion about it, they call me silly names, make empty threats, and then they run away. There was one important point I had to make. Yep, that's right. Now, this DDoSing kind of thing, it is a children thing. It's not an adult thing. It's a child thing. It's like schoolyard bullying. That's all it is. Back in the day, in the early 2000s, when I started Anonymous, children used to threaten to. They didn't call it doxing. They threatened to reveal each other's location, where they live. They so-called dox their friends to random people online. It was just a silly child's game. Now, if you've done nothing wrong to begin with, you've got nothing to be concerned about anyway. So, not anyone who's concerned about being doxed and all that, they'd be doing things they shouldn't be in the first place. The solution's simple. Don't do things you shouldn't be doing in the first place. Now, I'm a fugitive on the run from the government. I'm on the run from very bad people. I've committed no crime. I've done no wrong. I'm simply on the run from bad people. Now, I need to hide my location, not just to protect my life, but to protect my mission. I need to hide my location, but I don't hide my identity. I'm operating everywhere under my real name. I link back to my personal blogs and everything. I've got nothing to be concerned with because I'm not doing anything wrong. So if you're concerned about being doxed and having your IP revealed, then you're doing things wrong in the first place. Now, having the IPs may be a bit different, because if you don't want someone DDoS attacking you, there's things you can do to stop it, and there are. If you've got a VPN, like I've obviously got one there, all you need to do is just leave your VPN on all the time. If you manage to DDoS you, and all you need to do is unplug your router, plug it back in, take a few seconds to reboot, and you're good. Just leave your VPN on and you'll reconnect to a new IP. Simple as that. And they're wasting their own bandwidth sending all this useless data, thinking that they're banging on a door where no one's home. It's all silly nonsense. It's all child nonsense. And identify and acknowledge that is what it is, and expose it for what it is. These people are adult children engaging in petty censorship. They're doing everything that Anonymous is against. And if anyone wants to debate me over these topics, it's very important to get to the truth of these topics. If anyone wants to debate me over it, please do. So don't try to impress people by DDoSing or knowing how to find people's IP. The tools to do these things have been around for decades, and they're built into Windows. They're just not built in the front end because most people don't use this stuff. There's no neat reason for it to be there, but it's still all in there. There's nothing impressive about any of it. It's just stupid. Totally stupid. In fact, just to show how it's all kiddie crap, the people who do this stuff, they use terms like leet and noob, which are so-called gaming terms. No, they're kiddie terms from children playing online video games. It's ridiculous and pathetic. These people who do this don't know how to code for shit. Some people who do get into this nonsense, they eventually grow out of it and start learning how to code for real. So don't engage in this stupid crap. Don't fuck with the internet in ways just because you can. And when you do this stuff, if people really want to, they can just, in one day, develop a defense against it. I'll give you an example. Microsoft Windows Update was bombarded with a DDoS attack. Very well planned DDoS attack all from all over the place. They solved it the very next day. All they did is they made it so you connect to an alternate website, and that website it blocks all certain IPs that are registered as spammers, which DDoSing is really spamming. That's what I like to call it, spamming. If your IP isn't blocked, then it allows access and it communicates with your computer in a way to verify who you are before moving you on to the proper Windows Update website. So basically, it sends you through a filter, and anyone who's registered as a spammer is already blocked, and it won't even allow the connection in the first place. There are easy defenses against this crap. It's just no different than throwing rocks at a window in the middle of the night, or or just walking up to a random person in the street and slapping them in the face just because you can. Don't do that shit. And expose that shit and point fingers at people who do. And don't be intimidated by it. Were you intimidated by someone randomly slapping you in the street so you have to wear a helmet out every time you go outside? This is ridiculous, it is. But a lot of people are ignorant on how computers work and how the internet works. And they think, they copy all this childish crap, not knowing anything about it. And they think that there's some new league hacker and they promote themselves as being some lead hacker because they pinged some website or something. It's ridiculous. But if you are interested in computer coding for historical reasons, and I can respect that, is learn DOS or command prompt. I call it DOS. Learn a lot of stuff you can do with DOS, the old school stuff. So anyway, I could probably talk on that for hours, actually, all this topic, but that's just the basics of DDoSing, and that you shouldn't be doing it. It's just stupid. I might cover this topic more and debate on it as much as I can with anyone to reveal the truth about this. Alright, I'm done.